Hello and welcome to ITFC GTV. And since Ipswich are in the Premier League, I thought I'll do the Premier League predictions. So I did the same thing with the Championship with Ipswich last season. Incredibly, Ipswich got promoted to the Premier League, so I'm going to be doing with the league with Ipswich doing predictions, doing it in the Premier League. So I did alright last time, so I got some four of them in the right positions. This one will be a little bit easier since more of the teams come in the same positions in the Premier League, plus there's four less teams in it. There's 20 teams in the Premier League, including one there's Ipswich in it, Southampton in it, there's Leicester, of course there's the Big Six. I'm going to be predicting every single one of the teams in the position I am predicting it. Also going to be doing a review of it at the end of the season. So I'm going to be starting off at the bottom all the way up to the top. So in 20th position I have put in Leicester City. Reason I think Leicester will come in 20th. They've lost their manager Enzo Maresca, which will be a big loss for because he's gone to Chelsea. Also, they might get a 10 points deduction before the start of the season. I definitely think the loss of Enzo Maresca will cost Leicester when they're back into the Premier League. So yeah, I think they're going straight back down to the Championship again. In 19th position, I put in Southampton. They really struggled in the Premier League the last time they were in it. They got promoted via the playoffs. With the Premier League getting tougher, I definitely can't see Southampton surviving, so they're going to get relegated. In 18th position, I put in Everton. The team in the Premier League that has never been relegated. They've got a points deduction last season. They've been in 2 relegation battles in the past 2 seasons. I think this is the time that they finally get relegated for the first time in their history. 17th position, going on to our club, Ipswich Town, to just about survive the Premier League. It's going to be a real challenge. Last Premier League season, all of the promoted 3 teams got relegated. But with our manager, Kieran McKenna, we seem to improve much quicker than anyone else right now. So with our manager, I can really see us pushing on and surviving in the Premier League. It's going to be tough, but I think we might just about survive. In 16th position, I put in Nottingham Forest. They got a points deduction and were in a relegation battle. Came like 5 or 6 points off the relegation zone. Think they might just think they're going to survive this time round though. In 15th position, I've put in Fulham. They've been in the Premier League for quite a while now. Kind of stabilised their league position. Think they're going to be staying in there for quite some time. In 14th position, I've put in Bournemouth. Believe they've got the smallest stadium in the Premier League, only a capacity of 10,000. But yeah, I think they're going to be in the Premier League for quite some time now. Could put them in 14th. Be close to the relegation and in Europe. Overall, I don't think they're quite so bad to be relegated. In 13th position, I put in Wolverhampton Wanderers. Of course, we beat them 3-2 in the Carabao Cup. Yeah, they've been in the Premier League since about like 2017 and 2018. They haven't really been in a relegation battle or pushing for Europe since then. They're going to be in the Premier League for quite some time then. So I think they'll get another mid-table finish. In 12th position, I put in Brentford. Of course, one of their players started from England in Euro 2024 in the Euro squad. Well, not started, but they've in the England squad then. Got one of their players, Ivan Toney, proved crucial for England in the Euros when he got that assist from Jude Bellingham's bicycle kick and scored in the penalty shootout win against Switzerland. But yeah, I think they've stabilised their league position now. They're going to be in there for quite some time. In 11th position, I've put in Crystal Palace. So they've got really good fans and really good at sending players through their academy. Been gradually getting closer to Europe, but I think that would still take quite a while still. I think they'll just about be in the bottom half. So yep, going to the top half then. In 10th position, I put in Brighton. They've changed their manager at the in last season. Didn't do very well towards the end of the season. Of course, they want to push on to Europe. But I think with their change of manager, I think they'll come mid-table again. In 9th position, I put in Newcastle United. They had a brilliant season back in 2022-23. They got the Champions League spot in 4th. Played the likes of PSG. But I think they might just about miss out on it. Premier League's getting tougher. More teams competing for Europe. So I think come top half, but I think they'll finish 9th. In 8th position, I put in Tottenham Hotspur. They're one of the 3 teams in the Big Six. Haven't been doing too well recently. Mainly been Man City, Liverpool and Arsenal. Doing really well in the Premier League right now. There's also quite a lot of other teams that are doing quite well too, so I think Tottenham Hotspur might just about miss out on Europe. In 7th position, I put in Chelsea. So they've got a massive squad. Got about like 30 or maybe even 40 of their players in their squad. Wasn't the best of seasons for them in the last season, even though they just about qualified from Europe. But I think they might just about qualify for Europe. Make it into the Conference League in 7th. In 6th position, then I put in Aston Villa. I think they'll have a decent season. They had a really good season last time out. They made it into the Champions League. Having been in the Conference League, the league before then. Lost some of their players, but they're trying their best to get some new ones. I think they'll do okay this season. I think they'll still qualify for Europe. In 5th position then, I put in Manchester United. Had the most humiliating of seasons last time. Not even qualified for Europe in terms of their Premier League position. Luckily they did when they beat Man City 2-1 in the FA Cup final. Watch a video on 4 Tunes about it. There was even a song about it. Let's all laugh at Man United. Because of how bad they were last season. But I'm expecting a bounce back from them though. Think they'll qualify for Europe after the last season they had. You might be really surprised about this, but in 4th position I put in West Ham. You might be really surprised about that. But I think West Ham will going to come 4th because I really see them cooking with signing the likes of Crescencio Somerville, Championship star from Leeds United. Also signed a starter from that Champions League final from Borussia Dortmund against Real Madrid. They've also signed a player from Barcelona. They've also spent like about 405 million, which is about double of our budget, believe it or not. That'll be really ambitious. Think they'll just about make the Champions League because it's been a lots of teams outside of the Big Six that have been coming 4th, the likes of Newcastle and Aston Villa. I think West Ham will be the next team to do it. Right, into the top 3. In 3rd position, I put in Liverpool. Well, yep. They've got a new manager called Arne Slot. Jurgen Klopp has left Liverpool. But they've looked really good during pre-season. They beat Arsenal and Manchester United during their pre-season. But Arsenal and Man City have been occupying the top two places in the Premier League. So I think it'll be another third place finish for them. Alright, in second position, Manchester City. They've won 4 Premier League titles in a row. 4 Premier League titles in a row. That is unbelievable. They've been in a title race with Arsenal in the past 2 seasons. And I think this is the time that they finally don't win one. They've lost Kevin De Bruyne, who's gone to Saudi Arabia. It's a big miss for them. Got near 10 goals and 10 assists for them last season. One of their main players in their team. Arsenal have been quite unlucky not to win it, but so I think this is finally the time that Man City miss out on the title. So that leaves with one final one. Premier League champions, Arsenal! Yep. I think this is finally the season that Arsenal are going to win the Premier League title. Got really unlucky to miss it out on Man City the past 2 seasons, the steal of the Premier League champions. And I think this is finally the time, 2024-25, that they're going to win the Premier League. After 4 or 5 seasons of Manchester City winning it, I think finally another Premier League team's going to win the Premier League title. That's going to be Arsenal. Well, that's the Premier League predictions. Quite some of the good Premier League predictions. Some surprising ones in a way. Well, I hope get some good ones there before the end of the season. If we might get some of the rights, which would be more likely since it's a lot of the Premier League teams finishing in the same positions. I think I might get Leicester and Southampton rights, and possibly Ipswich too. With the mid-table, seems quite predictable. But I think I expect to get some of the top 7 and the bottom 3 rights. Well, that's the end of the video. See you when Ipswich play their first Premier League game against Liverpool. See you then.